welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me and thank you for being here. If you like this video, if you resonate with my message, if you understand, if you learn anything, or if you just like my energy and my vibe, definitely go ahead and like this video, comment on this video because I do want to hear from you, and subscribe. Join the wolf pack. Today I want to get into tarot. I feel like surrounding tarot there are a lot of misconceptions and maybe even just misunderstandings of tarot and what it means to read tarot and like just the energy that surrounds it. The purpose of tarot is honestly to serve as a guide, right? It's to serve as a channeling from source, from the divine, from your intuition, from up above. There can be misconception around tarot that tarot is demonic, or that tarot is bad, or that it is fake or not real, right? Fake, that it is something that shouldn't be used and it's this like negative thing. When honestly, tarot has helped me, and I'm sure you, if you're resonating with this message or if you're listening to this and you are a believer of tarot, you're gonna understand what I'm saying. It's probably helped you as well. And when I first started reading tarot, it actually showed up like a couple weeks before I needed tarot, a couple weeks before I needed divine channeling, before I needed divine support through the avenue of tarot. But not only did I need support, it came into my life for me to learn how to read tarot and like use my skills and my learning and my growth within it to then help others within their own lives, to be that guide, that channel, that divine messenger for others through tarot. There's many different ways to channel your energy from the divine, right? You can write like script, so you can be like, please channel to me and through me, God, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, demons, of and for my highest most loving good, of and for our highest most loving benefit, like whatever you believe in. And then, you know, they'll kind of write through you and you can write on paper. You can channel messages through clairaudience, and this comes from our spiritual gifts, right? The clairs, which is clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, claircognizance. There might be some other ones, but those are just a couple that came to my mind in this moment. Honestly, tarot is used to, like I said, serve as a guide. It's used to help you and assist you in your life. It's used to really provide clarity in moments where you may feel stuck, or you may feel lost, or you may not know and want to know, where you may have questions that you can't just go and ask, or you're afraid to ask, or you don't know how to ask. Tarot is something that helps you align. It helps you get on track as far as how you're thinking, how you're feeling. It really is an aid in confirmation and guidance of your path. Tarot honestly has saved not just my life, right, in the sense that it's given me clarity, but it's also saved lives of others. You know, tarot is something that is actually very helpful despite the misconceptions and the negative connotations that surround it and are attached to it. Tarot has been there for me when I was going through, as I've been going through, but when I was going through times of confusion, of manipulation, of people gaslighting me, of people trying to make me believe one thing, but, you know, it being another. Tarot has been there for me to serve as confirmation, as affirmation of what I already knew, what I already felt, but was being denied to me from others or from the external world. And that's the thing about spiritual warfare. Tarot can help, and helps with spiritual warfare. It helps with spiritual confusion, and it gives you spiritual, mental, emotional clarity. Because tarot will tell you the truth, right? It'll affirm what you were feeling or picking up on, but what the external reality might have been denying, right? Whether it's a person, how things look, how things feel. Because, you know, they say, focus on not what you see, but what you feel, because it's not about what you see. It is in the unseen. And so spiritual warfare, it's not always clear, right? It's not always in your face. There may be somebody, like I said, presenting to you like, I am your friend. I do have your best interest. We are on the same page. No, I'm not being fake with you. But then tarot will tell you, no, what you're picking up on is right. This person actually is being shady. You're actually picking up on the right thing. You know, they do feel this, they do feel that. And it'll kind of affirm that for you and create that space for you to be validated and understood within what you are being denied. Spiritual warfare is something that happens within the energetics of things. It's something that happens within the unseen realms, right? The spirit, the energy. You can't see it. It's something where it involves that gaslighting, it involves that manipulation, it involves that deception and distortion of reality. And tarot serves as that clarifier, that aid, like I said, that affirmation of what is really going on and what really isn't going on. And honestly, it's very useful. It's very helpful. It is clarifying, and it is meant to be that. There is this misconception that, like I said, tarot is demonic, or it's bad, or it's negative, or it's fake, when actually I've witnessed tarot save lives. I've witnessed tarot help me in a lot of ways. I've witnessed tarot help me get through things that I was confused in and I didn't know and I wasn't sure, and where I needed to know what is the truth here. And so tarot really is that guide. Tarot is not meant to be something that is set in stone, because nothing's really set in stone. You know, things can change every day. It just depends on what decision you make. But ultimately, it is meant to be a sort of tool of affirmation. When tarot is read, when you get your tarot written, it can be past tense or present tense, right? So you have to take what resonates and leave what does not. You have to check within yourself to make sure, okay, is this my storyline? Do I feel this, or is this not my energy? Does this not resonate? So when you see like a collective message, that's for the general census of people, the general collective of people, like a group of people, groups of people. But if you get a personal reading, more likely than not, it's going to apply to your specific life, to your specific scenario. And that can be something that happened in the past, like it can affirm something that happened in the past, something that you need to know in the past, or it can affirm or suggest what's going to happen in the future, right? Predict, in a sense, psychically your future, or predict, in a sense, or just reflect back to you, in a sense, what you experienced in your past, or what you've overcome, or what you're dealing with. And when it comes to tarot, you know, you can ask any question you want. You know, will I get married in 5 years? What will my wedding look like? What do people think of me? Is my family betraying me? Like I mentioned in my other video, I got readings on that. You know, what do I need to know right now? You can really ask anything and it will tell you. Now, tarot doesn't have to be, it's not necessarily 100% correct 100% of the time, but more often than not, which nothing is 100% correct 100% of the time, but more often than not, it's going to be correct, and you're going to know the way it resonates with you. And that's why you'll find in collective messages, it is mentioned like take what resonates and leave what does not, because not everything's going to resonate with you. That's why I also find that even if you do get a personal message, it is important to express if the message doesn't resonate with you and it doesn't seem like your story, to be like, hey, like, this is not really my energy. I don't really know where this is coming from. But there's also a key point in leaving space for things to play out, because like I said, it could be predicting something in the future that you're not aware of. So it's not just because you're automatically not experiencing it in the present, that doesn't mean you can't experience it in the future. Or just because you don't understand the reading when you get it, that doesn't mean you won't find the understanding after it, when whatever they're talking about is happening. And so you kind of just have to let it play out. But tarot is definitely not something that should be used as a certainty. It's not something that should be used as a codependence. You know, when you watch tarot readings, when you get tarot readings, it's important to have your own discernment. You know, it's important to have your own awareness surrounding how many times are you going to watch, what are you going to watch, who are you going to watch, who are you going to get readings from, because not all energy is good energy, right? Not all spiritual people are real. So it really does I want to say just and does at the same time, but I was like, that doesn't sound right. It really does just depend on like your own level of discernment and awareness. And that's why I'm saying, like, it's not something to be codependent on and rely on solely. Like, you have to be your own person at the same time. You have to think for yourself at the same time. You have to have your own intuition at the same time. But it is serving as a container or a relational point to whatever you're experiencing or going through. As far as like the narrative that it's demonic, I feel like anything can be demonic, right? Too much of anything can turn sour. Not having the discernment or awareness when you're dealing with tarot, because it does involve the spiritual realm, you have to be sure, you know, that you are calling upon your spirit family of your highest, most loving good, of the collective's highest, most loving good, like, or whoever you're calling upon them specifically. You know, you have to be tapped into source and extensions of source that are true to you and right for you. You can't just go into it like, okay, I'm just going to start reading tarot. Like, you do have to, again, have that prep. You do have to call upon your spirit family, but once you do that, you are in good hands. However, it can become demonic if you don't call upon your spirit family, and then you just start reading cards, and then you don't really know where the energy or the messages you're getting is coming from. So then you start, you know, being misled and misguided because you didn't have that checkpoint, in a sense. So I think that anything can become demonic or go sour. It's not about just writing off, for me, in my opinion, it's not about just writing off tarot as demonic because it's different, because it taps you into source in a unique way, because it is a channel, because it is connected to the ethers, the things you can't see. It's about how you engage with tarot, right? Whether you're reading or getting a reading, it's about your own discernment. It's about your own awareness. And so for me to just say that tarot is demonic, to like, it feels like a cop out, because it's just like, because it's different, because it deals with spirituality, because it deals with the unseen realms. I don't feel like that's fair, because it can be, because some people do deal with the dark spirits. Like, it's all based on you. You know, if you want to go that route with it, you can. Right? There is black magic, there is dark aspects to spirituality, but you can also go the other route, and you can use it to, like I said, help people, guide yourself, affirm yourself, confirm yourself, uplift the collective, help the collective. You don't know how many tarot readings I've seen, collective readings on YouTube, on lives, on TikTok, where it's just like, people are genuinely being helped, they're genuinely being affirmed, they're genuinely feeling like, thank you so much for confirming this, thank you so much for telling me, because it really can do that. It really does give off that feeling. I started reading tarot back in 2021, and I feel like it just found me, honestly, but it just kind of appeared within the realm of my life. I had a friend when I was in high school that read tarot. I never read it personally, but she did, and so we would kind of play around with it, but it was never serious. And then years after, full circle, right, tarot kind of called to me, and I remember I went to go pick up my first deck at Barnes & Noble, and yeah, ever since then it has helped me through my chaos and my times of trial and tribulation. It's helped me to get affirmation, clarity. It's helped me with spiritual warfare. It's helped me to know what's going on in my life, even to this day. Like, I'll do tarot readings in the morning, I'll do tarot readings before I really start my day, I'll do tarot readings for the collective. It really just depends on when I need it and as I feel called to it, when I use it. But I started reading for myself back in 2021, and ever since then, it's just kind of increased my connection to it in the way that I use it and the way that I watch it or entertain it or work with it. For me, when I started reading tarot, I didn't have to look into too much. Like, yes, I looked into it and like I read up on it at like a brief level. Like, I didn't go super deep, because for me it just kind of came naturally. Like, and that's another thing, like you can be an intuitive tarot reader, or you can be like a verbatim by the book tarot reader. And I think it depends on, again, like how you are attracted to tarot, how you get into it, what type of person are you, how connected are you. And so, you know, for some people you'll see them say like, I'm an intuitive tarot reader, or I'm an intuitive, or I don't need the tarot, it's just here, it's just an aid. And that's exactly what it is. But for some people, you know, they do need to read books, they do need to look deeper, they do. And I think it's also cool to be able to do that, right? It's smart to go deeper and dive deeper into anything as you continue to get closer to it and use it more and more, just to like expand your knowledge on it. Yes! But there are different ways that people can get connected to tarot, and I think that's also very cool too as well, right? Because it's like, it just goes to show like our unique journeys and how unique tarot is and can be, and what it can do for different people. And even watching tarot readers and tarot readings, it's interesting too, because like I said, I'll see, you know, so many people doing tarot readings, and everybody reads different. That's another thing, like everybody reads different because everybody has different energy. So how I may see a card, the other person may see it completely differently. How I express a card or read the energy, somebody else could read and express a card and the energy completely different. They can say it differently, they can speak it differently, they can, you know, show it differently. And that's the brilliance of tarot. That's the brilliance of source being channeled through everyone, because it's like, that is the essence of us, right? We all are divine creation. There is oneness in tarot, there is oneness in that expression, because it comes from source. But at the same time, we all have a different unique channel and flow of the energy. So I also want to add that, like, if you see other people read tarot a certain way and you read it a certain way, like, that's okay. You know, you don't have to read tarot the same way that somebody else does. You don't have to be or exist in the same way within the tarot realm that somebody else does. You have your own unique expression, you have your own unique gifts as well. The way that you receive from source is different as well. So really allow yourself to express that and be a channel for that in the way that it is meant to be. And don't feel like you have to force yourself to read like that person or be like that person. How you read, how you channel, how you receive is for you. I felt like making this video because I just felt like I wanted to share like how I feel about tarot, because I do feel like there are misconceptions around it. I do feel like there is this like negatively connotated narrative about it, and I know that tarot has helped me and you, if you're watching this, and resonate in so many ways. And I think it's just important that people know, like, hey, it's not what like this negative projection of it is being told it is, you know, like it's not this bad thing, it's not this demonic thing. Can it be? Yes, but anything can be. Can it get unhealthy in the way you use it? Of course, but that can be with anything. Can you get involved in it too deeply and things? Of course, but that's with anything. I think just because tarot is kind of witchy or woo-woo, it can make people think like, oh, you believe in that, oh, you're doing that. But it's more fear, right? It's more fear, and it's more misunderstanding, and honestly disconnect to their free power and their freedom than anything. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Definitely go ahead and like this video, like I mentioned in the beginning, comment on this video, and subscribe to my channel. Join the wolf pack here. I'm very excited to expand here on YouTube. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye, wolves.